Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be introducing you and kind of teaching you how to do cross plus one. Well, not cross plus one, but tracking your first pair, which is the first step into cross plus one. Now, what is cross plus one? Cross plus one is being able to predict your first F2L pair in inspection and your cross. And of course, you have to fail there. But what happens? Well, not exactly what happens, but what is tracking your first pair? Cross plus one is planning your first F2L pair and doing your cross in inspection. And of course, I had to fail that. But what exactly is tracking your first pair? Well, tracking your first pair is basically looking ahead to it. Now, you probably know look ahead from normal F2L. This is almost the exact same thing. But in order to even be able to do this, there are a few things you have to checklist. First of all, this isn't necessary, but being sub 14 on 3x3, you don't need it before sub 14. You can learn it before it. I wouldn't recommend it though. I'm sub 13 and I got a sub 14 solve, which is crazy. But it's not really useful to learn it before you're sub 14 on 3x3. Second of all, you need to absolutely make sure that your cross solution is under 8 moves, or no, not even 8 moves itself, under 8 moves every single time. You are sub 14, so you should be able to do it, but if not, then make sure to see some cross tutorial on how to make 8 less than 8 moves, preferably mine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Lastly, you also need to make sure that you can do all of your F2L pairs in less than 11 moves or 11 itself. Make sure that you have efficient solutions, which we'll talk about later in this video. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And rotation counts as a move, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All of them in under 10 moves. Oh, and for cross plus one, we don't really talk about OLL and PLL and corner twists. Now, what's also important for tracking your first pair is good look ahead. This might have to mean that you have to turn slower, but to be honest, that's fine because it's worth it knowing what to do for your first F2L pair. At first, when you're doing untimed solves, try to just turn slowly, not that fast at all, like about this fast. Preferably, sometimes you might even want to do it slower than this. And I actually did it pretty fast there. That's why I wasn't able to do cross plus one. Oh, and then there's the rest of F2L. It's also important to make sure that better look ahead if you don't have good enough. You can see my video on the look ahead tutorial and how to improve your look ahead immediately videos. You can check those 2 videos out to just be able to ace look ahead. You also need to make sure that you have the most efficient possible F2L solutions. I talked about this in a video. I'm not sure which video, but but every single case can be done in 11 moves or less. There is an exception case where it can be done in 11 moves, but the 12 move solution is faster, which is this case, but that's fine. But every case. Now, if you can find out a good solution or know a good solution, one thing that you can do is go onto some website like jprim.net, and there's a link to a PDF where there is solutions to every F2L pair. So for example, for this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this can help a lot in making your tracking your first pair more efficient and your first pair more efficient. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This can also help in more efficient crosses. That was 11 moves, but that should be pretty fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then OLL and PLL, we don't talk about that in this video. Now here is one thing that you can do to improve your tracking your first pair. Here we have a cross. Now you're going to do most of the cross until it's about 2 or 3 moves off. Then you're going to try to do the cross move solution and try to just figure out your first pair. And then 2 or 3 moves, and once you ace 2 or 3 moves, move on to about 4 or 5 moves until you can do entirely from the cross and apply your first F2L pair. So what you have to do is, this is 2 moves. Now I close my eyes, I put on a blindfold, and solve the cross and the F2L pair. Oh, and what's also part of this thing is just the look ahead, the slow solve, and super recognition, which I think I talked about in another video. Thing called super recognition for the last layer. That's it for today's video. I hope you liked it. Make sure to subscribe, like, and subscribe because 86% of you guys watching this video aren't subscribed. So please make sure to do it. And stop making my cubes disappear. Actually, bye.